We are live. So we're a bit early today, a few minutes early, but I've got Susanna just for a short amount of time. So we are creating our magic from now. We've been creating it for the last 20 minutes, actually, haven't we?
Yes, since yesterday, actually.
Yesterday. So first thing, good morning, everybody, YouTube world, Facebook world, the whole world. Today is Friday. As you know, weekend is here, and that's always magic for me, So what better way to start the weekend off than talking about magic, because it is the most powerful thing that we actually possess, and we have it all. We all have the magic. So for me, magic is in nature, it's in music, it's in vibration, it's in energy, it's in how I look at things, it's in my intuition. Magic is a choice. Magic is a choice of looking at something through the eyes of gratitude instead of the eyes of fear. So that's kind of how I work. And I use intuition so much. Sometimes I don't even think about what I'm saying. In fact, a lot of the time I don't think about what I'm saying. It kind of just flows right through me. And I believe that that is magic, because we're all just connected. We're all on this level. So yesterday, I've got Susanna today. What a flipping legend. Legend. And Kate might join us. So we'll see if she gets out of her. She's got a client. So, but yeah, Susanna, talk about magic, like what we were doing, because we were talking about magic yesterday, right?
Yeah, well, I felt the need for that. But before going into that, I want to read you there, because this is one of my favorite quotes of Einstein, right?
Yeah, go on.
Because there are only two ways in your to live your life, he said. One is as though nothing is a miracle, another as though everything is a miracle. So I like to take that phrase and change it a little bit. There are two ways to live your life, as if everything is magic or as if nothing is magic. So I think our choice is there. And the experience that I've had so far and the work that I have done on myself, like for many, many years, and working with others, I realize more and more that that's the only choice we actually have. We like to believe that we can change our lives, and sometimes we can, but sometimes life is sending all kinds of tests and all kinds of challenges. And from one moment to another, 1 hour to another, one day to another, you can find yourself in a situation that you were not expecting at all. And you can be taken out of magic and being brought down into this hole of out of magic, you know. So I think that's the only thing that we can do. And sometimes the first thing that we should do, that's the need that I had yesterday, is to take yourself out of the non-magic and put yourself into the magic. And sometimes you can do it yourself. Sometimes we have the tools, sometimes we have the intuition, sometimes we have the strength, but sometimes asking a good friend or taking a coaching session, or having someone guide you is another way to do it. And I'm not afraid of that. And I actually had this morning a message from one of my clients who wrote me, and she had finished 3 sessions of five sessions with me, three packages of 5 sessions throughout 3 years now. And it's been a month that we don't work together anymore. And she wrote me today, she said, Susanna, I feel good. I know you told me that from now on I should be able to work by myself, but I still feel I would like to connect with you, and I still have some questions. And does it mean that I am not independent? Does it mean that I don't have strength? And I told her, not at all. Not at all. No matter how much we study, no matter how much we learn, we all need at a certain point somebody else. And why? Because it's in this interaction that magic happens.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's inside, but sometimes it's the inside connecting with the outside, or in that interaction, there is the magic happening.
Absolutely.
And for me yesterday, and I will share what we did yesterday. Maybe you want to sort of talk about it, because I was so much in the trance that, I don't remember too well.
So yesterday, yes. I mean, I won't talk about the whole situation, but just the snippet of it. So yesterday, Susie phoned me up and said, look, I feel like I've lost my magic. She's going through some stuff in her life at the moment, aren't you? And with the daughter. And it's very difficult for her because she's so close on the situation. And there's so much love there. And sometimes when you're that close, it can put almost like a mist down you and bring in that fear. But the fear is actually a protection. It's a protection of you, of your heart, your soul. And it was like a silver block, a hard metal block was just there, wasn't it, Susie?
Yes, well, because you asked me, how does it feel? Because I had just a sensation, but when you asked me to give it a shape or a color, this is what came to mind. And this is very important when we do NLP, to start to work with the qualities.
That's right. So yeah, so we got the color, and then it was a hard metal block, and it was just in the heart area. So
Yeah.
I said, well, because you were worried about being grounded, and you were worried about, being full of love, but also being grounded and protected and everything. So I suggested maybe that metal block could turn into roots, and like maybe go go all the way, might move right down your body into the floor, into the ground. So that's grounding you. And it doesn't need to be a hard protection. It can be an organic, natural protection, just growing into the ground. And we talked about, and what color is now this block, and then we talked about the light, and it was like a, you say, because
it transformed itself. This is the magic, and I think this is where the magic is. The magic is in the mind. This is for me more and more clear each day. Every situation of life, every challenge that I've had brought me to this conclusion. The magic is in the mind and in that choice, and the mind has always the answers that you're looking for, provided that you know how to ask. You can do it yourself, but in this case, her help was extraordinary. Your help was extraordinary, because it's sometimes I can do it, but when you're so deeply coated, as you said, by that mist, it's hard to have that clarity and that detachment to do it. Yeah. So you asked me, I remember that, if you go in there and touch it, or treat it with love, what happens?
Yeah, talk to it, give it love, give it a cuddle, give it what it needs to just change. Just change itself. That's right. Because I kind of like, when I do my therapy sessions, I was just saying earlier, I'm almost like a channeling through.
Yes.
I don't really know or think of anything. It just comes through me, and I kind of like just say what's needed at the right time, and that is magic. That is magic that we all have when we just trust that knowledge that we've got. And so by doing that and just cuddling it, and we turned it into a magic wand.
Yes.
A shaft of light, a power of light, like Star Wars.
Star Wars,
shining
the wands, they were whatever they called. Yes. Yeah. And so it became this luminous and bright wand, inside my body. And when you mentioned grounding, before you actually mentioned roots, it already started to grow, to go down through my legs and root myself, in the ground. So that was very beautiful. Very nice.
I'm very grateful, and I'm so grateful to like whatever's guiding me, because there's a lot of power up there that we don't see. And although you don't see it, this is the magic. This is the magic, the fact that we are living in this beautiful, incredible, powerful, and magical universe that we believe that we have some control over. But realistically, all the control we have is on ourselves. That's all we have, is our control of ourselves, our feelings, our thoughts, our choices, our view of the world, how we see life. That's ours to control. But we have no control of anything out there, including other people's perceptions and visions of the world. We have no control of that. So we use our magic to shine out the light to everyone else, to just spread a bit of that love. And that's so powerful. That is so powerful. Our world is an incredible world when you see it through the eyes of gratitude and love and appreciation. That's the most important thing, because it's very easy in this life as well at the moment, especially. It's like kind of the media. We were talking about this earlier as well, the social media and media in general. And not all media, some media is very enlightening, but a lot of the media it's so doom and gloom. And it's kind of like the social media's doom and gloom. the media's doom and gloom, you know, and if you're looking at life through the eyes of doom and gloom, everything is in fear rather than all the positivity you can project on the same situation, because everybody sees the same picture through different eyes. Like with colors, when you see a color, other people see that color very differently. We'll never know how they see those colors, you know,
Yes.
but
Yes.
they see those colors in their own way, and we see our colors in our way. And that's life. We'll see our life in our way. And so let's powerfully choose to empower ourselves. Empower, magic, power. This is it. That's the word, empower, because we are magic. We have the magic. And as you said this, we are magicians.
Yeah, we are the magicians. And it was nice because at the end, towards the end, well, for everybody watching this, it took about what, half an hour? I don't even remember. Yeah. So towards the end of this conversation that we had together, and this wonderful guidance that Danielle had for me, I was able to take this magic wand that was vibrating and luminous, and I was able to take it and spread those, you know, sparkles all over, especially in the areas where I was feeling worried and fearful. So it's at a certain point, I don't think it really matters anymore whether it's real or not, as long as the unconscious mind can take this image and use it, because that was my purpose. There are moments in life when you can believe, and I can say that I am a magic believer and a magic doer. I've been doing magic all my life, and I love magic. Magic in, you know, in this sense of everything is, you know, in the perception of love and laughter, and to see that everything is miraculous around you. It's just that recently, because of these events that have been like happening for a couple of months even more now, you know, I felt like I'm losing it, but I can't access it. I found it was hard for me to get back into that state. And what was stopping me was that, okay, if I go into this magic mode, I'm afraid that I won't be able to deal with what I have to do in reality. Remember that?
Yes, that's
so
right.
I think this is an important, I think many people don't dare to go into the magic because they believe that they have to stay grounded or they to disconnect from the magic in order to deal with the daily life. So the question is, how do I get to stay connected to that magic and allow it to spread and touch and be like Neil Walsh was saying, I am the source. Like wherever I am the source of the magic. And I went the other day because I'm in a different city now, because I'm here actually in my daughter's studio. She started university this year, so I had to do all kind of paperwork. And so I was there yesterday at the bus office where I had to take the bus to do the bus pass for her. And it felt like everything that they want to do there is to discourage you. So I had to go there 3 times because I was missing this. And each time I was bringing a new paper, they said, "Oh, this is no good. You have to bring this." Why did you tell me?
Oh, frustration.
Yeah. So I'm there and I just see people that are discouraged, sad, depressed, everybody wearing masks. And the people at the office, because there are like several offices there, being so strict and so serious. And I'm there, I said, okay, I have 2 choices here. I either let myself being eaten by this, absorb all that, or start to become the source. So I chose the latter. I said, okay, I'm going to be the light. And this is all I did. I said, I'm staying here. I closed my eyes for a few seconds, and then I used my magic wand because, you just gave it to me. And in my imagination, I was just spreading and I was wishing everybody lots of love, lots of magic, and then it just kind of lifted.
Good girl.
I don't know if I did anything or not. I will never know if they were really touched or their life has changed because of that, but that's my magic.
You did it.
This is how I think that magic works. It's in the eye of the viewer. It's in how you see things. Magic will not just happen in front of you if you're not willing to see it. Yeah, I think.
Absolutely. No? And if you're in a frustrating situation, instead of getting that addictive, frustrating energy, throw love on it, throw more love on it, and even more love than that, and then once you start throwing love at the situation, see how that situation changes just by the light of you giving out what you want to receive back. Because it's so easy to be frustrated. It's so easy to be sucked into negativity. It's very easy to be surrounded by, because we are all energy, we are all connected, and it's very easy to just take on other people's energy. But once you start realizing that that really is theirs, and they don't want to feel like that. Nobody wants to feel like that. It's just a comforting thing sometimes, because they know that feeling. They're used to that feeling, so they're safe in that feeling of anger or frustration or not knowing. They're safe there, But what happens? What would change if they actually allowed themselves to think maybe a little bit differently? And how much more would that spread out? That's the magic. So
That's
the more that you can throw that love out on there, then they might actually take some of yours in rather than everyone else is around them. So what that is just power, empowered. It's a beautiful thing. We've all got it. We've all got the choice. We can all smile. And even with the masks on, you smile through your eyes, and you can smile through your energy, and you can smile through your heart, and you can smile through your actions, and you can smile through your words. You can smile through kindness. And the whole world needs a little bit more kindness and tolerance, because we're all in the same boat. We're all experiencing the same things, and we're all experiencing the same frustrations. But some people can look at things differently and deal with things differently. But we all can. We all can.
That's where the magic is. It's in how you look at it, and it's in that very particular choice, in that very instant,
in the moment.
In the moment. This is where the magic is, in the now. There's no other place where you find the magic, because you think, oh, when this will be solved, and this will be solved, and my daughter will be better, when this will be finished. But I realized, no, it's not there. It's now. I have to bring it now. Every second I have to renew, because I think it's not, when we take a decision, I think the decision is only taken for the present moment. When I want to be happy tomorrow, if I want to be happy tomorrow, or if I want to go to the gym tomorrow, it's just planning. But the actual action, if I go to the gym tomorrow, will happen tomorrow when I'll put my shoes on and I'll take my bag and I'll go and I'll get out of the house. So I think if we get to realize that the only choice that we have, the only decision that we can make, it's in the now. If you can remember that, and if you see the importance of magic, then you can choose it now and be with that magic now. And I think every instant of magic adds up. I don't know how to say that. I don't know if I'm clear.
I agree.
I think it adds up. It kind of counts. It doesn't matter how many times you're falling out of magic. I don't think it really matters, because the only way we can fall out of magic is in the mind. I'm working now, and I take advantage to talk about this a little bit. I'm working on an online class of Ayurveda, on how to understand your body, to understand your mind, and how to better use this mind-body package that we have. Amazing. It's because if we don't know how to use it, that's why we misuse it and misinterpret it and actually abuse it or do all kinds of things with it. And so as I was studying through the materials, because I want to make it really fully nice with videos and images and pictures and text and everything, it's really beautiful plan that I have. I was reading about the philosophy, which is at the base of both yoga and Ayurveda, which is this dualistic view where everything is a mix between consciousness and matter, everything. And so we are all, each individual is a unique manifestation of the mix of consciousness and matter. And then in this philosophy, you're saying no matter the state of your body, no matter the state of your mind, because mind too, in the perception of the Vedic text, is matter. Mind is not subtle. It's subtle, but it's not consciousness. Right. Mind is matter.
Because it's
energy. Mm-hmm. It's not, consciousness is that which doesn't move. Consciousness is that which animates things. Consciousness, it's pure, it's stable, and it's awareness, pure awareness. Mind oscillates. Mind is a fluctuation. So no matter what's the state of your body and mind, you are still that consciousness.
Wow.
So coming out of the magic, it's only an impression. It's an illusion. It's only your perception. You're always in that consciousness. So when I was reading that yesterday, I said, yeah, that's true. It's a good reminder. It's a good reminder.
Oh, I want to go on your course.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be first in line.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's going to be fantastic, because I think in order to get it back into the magic, you have to learn more about who you are. And I think we were mentioning social media earlier, and everything else. It's kind of, and all this technology is kind of pushing us a little bit away from, separates us from ourselves. You always have an interface. You always have something that comes in between you and your body, you and your mind. You always have something else, like a tool. You have your phone, and you have your internet, and you have a social platform, which is good. I mean, it can be used in the right way, but everything can be used in the right way or the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's not the technology itself that is bad. It's how we got to use.
That's true.
So I think it's going to be, it's a good thing to start to learn about this, about your body, your mind. And this is when the magic starts happening, because you're aware where the magic is. It's in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what you did yesterday, you were just, I think because I was so willing to go back to it, that I give you all the power so you can give it back to me. And I think this is where the power is as well. No matter what we believe in, no matter how many tools we use, it's you who gives the power to that tool. It's you who gives the power to that religion. It's you who give the power to that God.
Yeah.
If you don't pray to God, God will not intervene, in a sense. You know what I mean? That because you give the authority to that image of power to come to you.
That's true. And you also give that same empowerment, you give that same authority to people that are negative around you as well.
Exactly.
So that choice, it's the choice of who do you trust? I think trust is such a major thing to do with magic, because trust is one of the most sacred things that we all can have, and we all can earn, but we can feel as well. We can feel if there's a trustworthy, you can feel people. You just feel their energy and their soul, and you can see lights in people, or you can see darkness, or you can see shades of different colors, in different people. So, we're given this gift, and once we throw away anything that's stopping us from seeing these gifts, including technology or phones, or if that's used as a device to spread more happiness, or that you're comfortable, and that's giving you a tool that you're using for your life as a powerful tool, then great. But if it's stopping you from seeing the magic out there, then that's when things can be changed. That's when you need to look at things maybe a little bit differently. What if I didn't do that? What would happen then?
Yes, like me yesterday at the tram station there, the bus station office, where I was sitting there and taking a few seconds for each person there, and just imagining them or seeing them as beings of light. Just seeing this vibratory energy around them.
Love it.
Rather than seeing people because I could see they were preoccupied, and plus there was a person there, because they have to wear masks. They're not allowing too many people to be in this inside the office at the same time. So as this guy that was like so rude and so impolite, what do you want to do? Oh, okay, no, you can't. Bye. So the people were just going away, or okay, take a ticket. So like they were already discouraged from the start. The moment you get in there, you're like, and the mask and the coffee. They were like people that were old, and so somebody who was a little slightly handicapped, and mother with a kid. And I was looking at them, and I could feel the heaviness of all that. I said, okay, I have the choice now. What if I see them as these beautiful, brilliant, pure energy beings? Because if everybody is the association between consciousness and body, no matter the state of their mind, no matter the state of their body, they are pure consciousness.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And then just that thought, and even now talking about it, I have goosebumps. And then, okay, this is so powerful. And I'm in this matrix. I'm in this fantastic exchange of energy. And when you look around and you feel sorry for yourself, and you feel like the world is pulling you down, if you remember that, hey, I am here because I am the source. I can change it, not to change the world,
That's right.
to change the environment where I am. I have that power. Bring that magic in. And not through what you say, not through what you do necessarily. You don't have to start to talk to them and make them happy.
No.
At a subtle level, how you see them. It's in the perception. The magic is there.
How you treat people. Like about a year ago, I was waiting for Ethan on the school run, as you do, right? Sitting in my
Yes.
car, and I've got one of those cars that have got battery and then it's got the petrol, so it's a hybrid one. So I was sitting in my car and it was really cold, so I had the heating on in my car, but it was on a battery. It was on the battery mode, so it wasn't causing thing. And when it started clicking over to the engine, I would switch it off so I'd enjoy the heat for a little bit longer. Anyway, so I had the window up. And I was just in my own little world because I got there about half an hour early to just get my parking space to go and get Ethan. And I was just sitting there and it's like meditative time, you know. So I sit there, I've got a bit of me time, I can make some phone calls, you know, I do little bits for me. So I'm sitting there just relaxing. All of a sudden, in my little world, I get a bang, bang, bang on the window, right? Seriously. And I'm like, whoa. And I turned around and I turned the engine on because I had to open the window. I turned it on, I opened the window, and it's an older man and is shouting at me, what are you doing sitting in the car? You've got the engine on. I said, no, this is a hybrid car. I said, I turn it off when the engine comes on, you know. He goes, I've got my window open down there. All I'm getting is your fumes, like really angry. And so it was funny because I think I'd just come off the course or something like that with Terry. I can't quite remember now, but it was at a time when I was just full of like this, just zen, you know. And I just threw back at him just pure love and kindness, and just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I totally understand where you're coming from, but this is this kind, you know, like, you know, of course I can understand. It must be really frustrating. And I literally turned him around. I was like, no, I was just on a really kind, threw it back to him on a kindness level. And he was visibly taken aback that I'd not approached him with the same negative energy as what he'd approached me. No, I wasn't mirroring him. I was kind of like putting out his flame, you know. And as soon as I did that, his whole demeanor changed. And it was like, oh, okay then, you know. And he'd started talking, you know, but you know, this. And I went, well, you know, I totally understand, but whatever it was, I can't remember now exactly. And I said, you have a beautiful day. And he went, oh, thank you. And he walked off, right? You know, his whole energy went from anger into like, oh, well, maybe everyone isn't like that, you know? And it put out that fire. It gave him the tools that he needed to just like connect and be just at peace again. And the thing is, everybody has got the power to do it, because it's like, who chooses to want to be angry? You know, it's like a fishing rod. You know, like they want to grab onto it. Give me a lifeline. Give me something to connect with. Give me something that's kind.
That's the thing. If you don't know how it works, if you don't have at least a level of basic knowledge about how you function, then you don't even know that you're picking up on other people's stuff. Most of the people that are negative are actually negative because they're picking up on other people's negative thoughts and feelings. We are also psychics. Yes. We're all connected all the time.
And it's recognized.
Sometimes, because I've been here, I told you with my daughter, and maybe some of these worries were actually hers because I reflected on that. I'm not like that. So I said, maybe I'm so psychic that I actually pick up on her things and I just took them and make them mine. So I said, okay, the only thing that I can do, I can't change her because she has to go through her own process. But what I can do is to use this magic wand that you, thank God for that, helped me with, to create this magic wand to just basically, I hope everybody understands that this is just a metaphor, right? This magic wand.
Of course.
But it's a tool. It's a tool.
It's just because you can't see it physically doesn't mean it's not there, though. This is so important to recognize. Just because you can't see something and maybe you don't understand the level that we're talking at, because maybe you think it's stupid because you can't see it, you can't prove it, blah, blah, blah. And that's okay. That everyone has their own perceptions of the world. But what if you just gave it a chance? What if you just decided to maybe open your mind and try it? Because if you don't try it, you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's so important, to try, not to be fearful just because you don't see something, because everything out in this world is so powerful and it's stuff that we don't see, you know. So what if, just what if you tried it? What if you gave it a chance and
Yeah.
see how that changes your world?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
We can do anything. We really can. And it's just literally living in, instead of living in a state of fear, if the world around you is in a bit of a turmoil and in a negative energy, it's kind of like just breaking it down and just, as I say, just giving it more kindness, because everyone can do that. Everybody has the power to choose a reaction to an
As I said, no,
action.
it's not even kindness, because sometimes you don't have the opportunity. Sometimes you can't, but at least at the perception level,
Yeah.
at least in the way you see it.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, now in this case that you just described with this person, how to interact with him, so you had to do something. But me sitting there, being surrounded by people, I couldn't do anything like to just go and start talking, and you had to keep the distance. But I could feel it, and I'm pretty sure we're all more psychic than we realize. We're picking up on energies, we're picking up on things, and we let the magic slip away. And I think if there is apart from living itself, life itself, is the purpose of life. But if there is something that we could miss living one's life, is staying out of magic, not having touched this magic.
yeah.
That would be a shame. Whatever life is important, and life in itself is precious, no matter how you live it. And I think it's such a shame not to touch to that magic at all, or not at least to try to start seeing it. And I was reading yesterday, again in the Vedic text for the class that I'm preparing, is that you can always access this unconsciously. You can always access what you are meant to be. That is, the design is there.
Yeah.
It's not something that you have to develop, to grow to. It's already in the package. You are already perfectly created with all the tools that you need.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, all of us live in a permanent state of hypnosis, light hypnosis.
Yeah.
So whilst we're in a state of light hypnosis, all we do as hypnotherapists, what we can do is take you to a deeper state of hypnosis where you can pick up on suggestions on a subconscious level. But we all live and breathe in a state of hypnosis, getting up in the morning, getting dressed, doing what needs to be done, driving to school, driving to work, watching telly, eating your dinner, cooking, whatever it is, it's a hypnosis. So we're very easily suggestible to everything around us. And that's how the media works too. And that's how adverts work. They're working with your subconscious mind all the time.
What I do with my daughter sometimes, and when we watch TV, we don't watch TV that much anymore. Here we don't have a TV anyway. But we agree that when we are exposed to commercials, that we are actually telling ourselves good suggestions.
Yeah.
You are perfect. Every time a TV commercial plays on, because
I love that.
You make your own list of the suggestions that you like to have, and you can achieve anything you want. As the commercial is playing on the TV, you are loved. Everything, all these magical.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I do that with Ethan all the time. I always get him to do affirmations and
but when you watch commercials, it's even more powerful, because they put you in a trance. So use it,
Yeah, that's right.
For you use that opportunity and program yourself the way you want.
Exactly. Get into that rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, aren't we? We are magic.
So the magic, I think, it's in that perception and in that attitude to be always like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? What is this person going to tell me? Like you're always supposed to receive a clue.
Yeah.
Like in an adventure. Okay, what's the clue that I'm going to receive for the next step? Let's see, To me, that's what magic is. Definitely. To see the whole world conspires for your well-being. The whole world conspires that you thrive. The whole world conspires that you find that sense of being in the center, in the middle of the hurricane, in the eye of the hurricane.
That's how I visualize it. Honestly, sometimes it's so powerful, and I'm seeing it so clearly. I feel like there's just like a massive hurricane just all around, and I'm just calm in the center, just taking it step by step, because I'm happy in the eye. Not when all around you feels like a whirlwind. If you can just stay in that calm center and trust that you are protected, because the hurricane's actually protecting you. You're in the middle, right? You don't need to step into it. You might feel like the urge to maybe you'll try it a bit, but really, you're perfectly good right where you are. You're perfectly good just to notice where you are and stay there. Oh, I use that all the time. It's so powerful. And the visualization, what do you want in it? It's what do you actually really, really, truly want right now? What do you want in a year? What do you want in 5 years? Isn't it? It's what we were going through yesterday as well.
And also metaphor and a picture or a sound or whatever it is that you are associating with magic. Because now my daughter will come soon, so I'll have to go. She takes me.
That's fine. We've been chatting. I love it.
That's what I would like to leave it with. To ask everybody watching this, close your eyes for a few moments and then just imagine what's the magic for you. What is the first picture that comes to your mind? What is the first sound? What is the first color? And use that. What picture represents for you the magic, and just allow it to be there for you all the time, and work with it when you need it.
Yeah.
For me, it was this magic wand. I don't know what's for you, Danielle. What will be your magic instrument?
Oh gosh. Do you know what? I'm guided. That I see a shaft of absolute bright light just going right through me all the time. And I'm so grateful to it. And that's my magic. There you go. So it might be externalized, but it's also very much internalized as well. We are magicians. We are the magic. So today we're going to end this amazing. Oh God, Susanna, that was incredible.
Thank you.
Conversation, so inspiring on so many different levels. I'm going to end it now. So everyone out there that's watched this, I hope you got as much value as what I did, because this has just made my day even better and even better than that. And I just hope you get that, and just try it. Open your mind and see what you can attract in on a positive being.
The magic is in your eyes.
The magic of
it's in how you look at it. Yeah,
absolutely. Sending love to you all. Check out Susanna's website, her Facebook page. I'll put it in the notes. Have a beautiful weekend. Fill your world with magic, and I will see you all again tomorrow for a Motivational Minute. I'm going to end my